Man, these life advice.
It's like to think of the optimism in people, right? Like it's the one good thing that you've ever done, but people are going to take the high note of your life. You know, that's what they're going to remember you for. It's good.
And with that moral, and with that piece of
10 seconds remaining.
Andy just imparted you,
5 seconds.
we'll lead you into the game,
seconds
where we'll see more wisdom
remaining.
from Empire versus... Who is it anymore?
Fnatic.
Fnatic.
So you don't even remember the teams. Forget you, Bruno. You guys are talking trash about me not remembering. You guys don't even know.
So good.
James is the worst. He comes in and we tell him what these are the 3 teams we're playing today, and he just doesn't know.
But no, like we're actually in the draft. Like we should go to the draft. It's like
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's
not
just
yeah.
like you said, first 2 picks in.
Well done, everyone.
Somebody don't have a
Dude,
chance.
I wasn't even like breaking a sweat. I got like a couple more hours in me before I start running out of references. So whenever you feel like you need to have something to do, I will fill that time, Lumi. I will fill it.
I'm really good at filling time.
Remaining.
I don't know, man. I think you're good at filling time for like the total wrong reason. Like you actually don't know anything, so we have to explain.
I know, right?
Like, every single thing to you,
No.
like you're 5 years old.
I'm just being the. Look, I'm just being the guy that's asking the dumb questions.
I'm pretty sure
everything.
I'm pretty sure Lumi knows some stuff that we don't know.
Oh, I'm sure he does. He knows math for one. I mean, I'm not a math guy. Don't look at
Neither
me.
am I.
It's unbelievably difficult to do math. But you know what's not going to involve a lot of math?
Well,
This game. It still involved math. I'm sure Lumi could find a counterpoint to argue there, but let's just give me the benefit of the doubt and say no math.
There's no math in Dota.
Remaining.
But there are heroes
Yes.
and bans.
and no wisps.
And we talked about the wisp, didn't we, Shane?
Yes, we did.
We said there's a high likelihood that hero is going to be taken out, and it is. It's almost like we might actually watch the game from time to time.
Maybe.
Maybe. Nobody really knows.
Is Team Vampire going to be the Lycan pickers?
I feel like
First pick.
don't fix what ain't broke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that there are heroes in, like, that Fnatic can utilize. Like, I especially like Ursa and Tiny against Lycan lineups. I feel they're really, really strong because they can actually push almost as fast. Like, not quite until you get Aghanims on Tiny, and Versus damage really only scales once he starts getting, like, 2 or 3 items because his building damage is significantly lower than his hero damage. But either way, I still feel as though Fnatic's style might actually be, like, reasonably good against Empires.
One thing I've noticed watching a lot of Fnatic games of late, and the couple ones that we casted in DreamLeague, is that they get really greedy in their lanes. Remember, they picked a Ember Spirit mid for Honey, and it just got trashed by Exort Invoker. Yeah, that's just one example that comes to mind.
But they picked into that, didn't they?
Yeah,
Didn't
they picked into it.
Yeah.
Like, they know it's a bad lane, they're going to just force it and hope it works. So I think, especially against Team Empire, which is a team that, you know, do that 10-minute push, like you're saying, with the fast Lycan and that kind of stuff, I think that's very dangerous. Because if you lose a lane against Team Empire, you're done. You might as well call it GG. Like, it's...
Yeah.
You haven't lost your towers yet, but it's going to happen. So I just hope that Fnatic picks a very, very solid lane, 3 solid lanes, excuse me, and then just hopefully do on par with Team Empire, because they generally draft very solid lanes.
They already strayed away from the norm. Well, I shouldn't say the norm, but their norm, right? Which is first pick Lycan.
Yeah.
So now they take Dazzle. So are they going to go with the AA combo that we've been seeing a whole heck of a lot here in the DreamLeague, or are they going to maybe just go with more of the same? Fnatic, I mean, they've been known to pick Lycan as well. Do they go with that?
I wouldn't be surprised if they pick it, to be honest.
I'm sorry, Shane. I know you're like looking at.
Yeah, sorry. What are we looking at?
It's important that I get this sorted right now.
Oh, the fancy league
Yeah.
thing.
See, I have 2 players not playing again. It's bad.
Oh, Era's not in. Jesus. It's not looking great, Andy.
It's okay. I'm just gonna hope that Empire do really well.
You know what I found out in our fantasy league? Somebody dropped Ake.
Yeah.
You picked up a player.
Bruno?
No, Bruno didn't have Ake.
No one picked Ake.
I picked Ake.
But it was there for free.
For the longest time. I was like,
I think
in the pool.
But
I'm gonna pick him up.
in these kind of leagues, like fantasy leagues, it's good to get the the 4 and not the 5. You know what I mean? Because you want the guy that has the...
Well, the 5 is usually the jungler.
Yeah.
You actually want the 5 because he's the one who picks like Chen and gets towers.
Yes.
Oh yeah, tower gold. Yeah. I didn't know that when I
Well,
was...
it's not just the gold. It's like tower kills are actually worth like what, a point?
1 point, one
Yeah,
whole point.
which is a lot.
Yeah.
Because 800 CS apparently is only worth like 1.5
And when you're
points or
playing
something like
Chen, you heal people like no other.
Apparently Bane is actually the best hero in the game for the points.
Why is
like
that?
support
that.
wise.
Stun duration.
Because it's stun duration.
Because the sleep counts as a stun.
It's getting hot fixed.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's too good.
So?
Too good. Well, he's
This,
at home.
this ain't League
But it's
of Legends.
moderately
You just don't fix things that are just good.
It's a fantasy.
It's in the fantasy league.
No, League of Legends, like, they nerf everything.
Yeah.
They just chop its head off.
Yeah, they hotfix everything that's good.
Alright. So
Apparently.
Fnatic, they're going with a super aggressive first 2 picks, and a slight bit greedy. Like, I would say second pick Luna is moderately greedy when you've already seen a Dazzle. I don't know, man. Like,
How so? Explain it to me.
okay, so Luna not known for the best lane presence on her own. Sure, the aura makes your tri-lane feel moderately strong, but seeing an Enchantress, let's assume that there's only going to be one guaranteed lane support.
Right.
And then if the Enchantress wants to help the lane, she's going to be sacrificing her farm.
Yes.
Okay. So in that way, it's greedy, because if Empire look at that and they say, I want to lane against this, let's try to punish it. They could even field a melee farming carry like Lycan against a Luna, and it would still work because Luna's lane presence is so meh. And she's not really like a super good ranged hero. Sure, she attacks from range, but I think it's like 300 and
Yeah,
something.
it's like
not
pseudo range.
Yeah, it's not really that good.
Okay.
So if they wanted to, they could go aggro versus it. Or they could equally as well just pick up an offlaner who would do well against that kind of a lane anyway, like Centaur. Because a Luna +1 in lane would never kill that hero, like in a million years, unless the Enchantress had 2 good creeps.
Was it Mag actually talking about it in the interview that said that if they have a weak safe lane, that they'll actually pick the Centaur to punish that?
5 seconds.
It was in one of the interviews. I'm pretty sure it was Mag.
Okay.
And he was saying that if they have a weak, they send like a Lich Centaur or like, I don't know, maybe Dazzle Centaur, and like just completely punish it. Like.
I'm a bit shocked that they went with Enchantress instead of Chen, though. Like, if you're going to go with that, I would still like Chen a bit more, because I think that he contributes more during the mid-game, which you kind of need when you have a Luna, because Hand of God becomes very good. Being able to send people back and prevent deaths, I think, is much more important than the mid-game of an Enchantress doing moderately more damage, which your team shouldn't be lacking with a Luna anyway. It's kind of like having a permanent Howl on your team, right? So in that sense, your team doesn't necessarily need the damage, it just needs the safety, I guess, of like the 15 to 20 minute mark, where you know it's like, hey, our 5-man's still going to be superior.
Do you think Enchantress is kind of a counter to Lycan in a small way? Like, because he can't actually attack her.
Radiant team ban.
You don't particularly take damage, because in a fight, the Lycan's very seldom going to focus somebody like that anyway. Like, even if they had a Chen, you wouldn't focus the Chen, because the Chen isn't really the highest threat to you. It's like you want to kill the Luna, or you want to kill the squishier support. And it's not like you're going to be able to kill the hero before he does every single one of his abilities, right? In that case. So it's a hard decision to make, but I still like... I think Lycan is still perfectly viable, honestly, for Empire, if they wanted to do it.
I'm surprised that Lycan hasn't been drafted, but Centaur is. I know Centaur, it seems like, has been rising in popularity between, especially in the Russian teams. Particularly, I think he is actually very effective in zoning out supports that are trying to zone him. Like, you get 1 point in return, and suddenly the supports... I played CM the other day. I tried to zone out Centaur. It's just he just laughed at me. He has a Sound Shield, and if I hit him, I take more damage, which is ridiculous. Which, in any case, Fnatic's actually going to pick up a Doom. How do you actually feel Doom kind of work against Team Empire? We know what they like to generally draft. Basically, it's like 3 core with things like Lycan, Puck, and a Centaur, let's say in this case. And maybe 2 2 support heroes such as Dazzle and AA. Is Doom particularly good against that kind of lineup, where Doom is actually good against every single individual target, but there's so many targets that you have to worry about?
I think Doom is good in situations where... Obviously, it's good against 1 core, like for obvious reasons, to shut down the farm on the 1 hero. But let's assume that Empire are going to go with a heavy right-click oriented style, just because they already have a Centaur, which means that you're going to be able to get in close. You don't necessarily need an initiator when you have a Centaur. And you want a carry who, even if it gets Doom, still functions very well. So I don't know if it's necessarily going to be that good against Empire, because right now you potentially have, really in my eyes, only 2 Doom targets. I would never Doom the Centaur, like ever, right? Like, even though Stampede's good, the likelihood of you getting a Doom off without a Blink Dagger is slim to none before he at least ults, and if he ults, then his job is pretty much done at that point.
Kind of like Venomancer.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same reason. I would either Doom Dazzle or Shadow Shaman to prevent Mass Serpent Wards, which are like the biggest teamfight utility right now that Empire have at their disposal. And then Doom the Dazzle to prevent Shallow Graves and just leave him alone. Like, you don't even have to kill him. Just like Doom, hit somebody else, right? Go for kills that way. So
I think in some essence, Dazzle is also very similar in the sense, if you get it off his ult, like a big part of what he is designed to do is already done. One thing I've noticed about Team Empire is when they know they're going to try to take a fight, they weave themselves first. And they wait like 5 to 10 seconds to really take advantage of the full armor, and then they go in the fight. So
what Fnatic's doing here is they're actually going to get the aura on a Doom and have the Venge aura and the Luna aura
and a Wolf creep.
And a Wolf, and they're just going to...
unbelievably hard, basically. My one concern, though, is if they don't really have a lot of lockdown, they're going to rely actually on Empire coming to them, right?
Yeah.
So they set up their stationary, like, defense or offense, depending on if they're pushing or not, which I assume Empire are going to put emphasis on that because they do have a Shadow Shaman. We'll assume it's a support for now, so probably leaning towards what I think Looney originally said, or maybe it was Yushane. They just go with the offlane Centaur and just be like, yeah, you're going to soak EXP, and then just Dazzle, Shadow Shaman together. Now, on the bright side, that means that Fnatic can pick a little bit of a greedy mid if they want to, because the potential for roaming, sure, it's there, but it's going to be hard for heroes like Shadow Shaman and Dazzle to roam effectively, because if you get level 1 Shackle, you have to be pretty damn close. It's almost like level 1 Burrow Strike on a Sand King, where it's just very, very difficult to make that gank actually happen. So maybe Fnatic can play it greedy enough to actually pull it out.
But do Team Empire need to roam? Because I'm looking if Team Empire wants to run a 2-1-2. Like, you were talking about the weakness of a Luna lane, and now we know it's Luna Venge. Like, there's no range in that. Yeah. If Team Empire wants to run like a Dazzle Centaur in that, I think the Dazzle Centaur wins that lane.
Yeah, they probably would, actually.
Yeah, so I don't think you need to roam there. And Doom is like, what kind of laner is he? He's a very weak laner at that. If you put him mid, I think Puck's going to beat him up if you don't roam. If you roam against the Doom, he's just dead. I just think Team Empire, like, one of the fear I have for Fnatic, they just draft very weak lanes. And I think they're going to just fall over in the laning stage.
Empire could also pick Slider here. I think it's pretty good against like heroes like Doom.
Gives them more initiation, too. Yeah, I like the Slider idea. It's very solid. For Fnatic, I would just go like SF or something. Wow, Clockwork? Is that a mid-Doom? I guess it is. I was going to say, like, they have a lineup right now that did kind of lack initiation, but the way the Empire functions is they're going to be going for jumps a lot, like Stampede, Mass Serpent Wards for pushing, and Dream Coil. You know the Empire have the ability to play aggressive, so one way to deal with that is just go a bunch of heroes that rush BKBs. Like, Luna gets a fast BKB, SF gets a fast BKB, Doom can... I mean, maybe you don't want to do it on him, maybe you just go mech, which is still good enough, and then you just rely on, hey, we right-click really hard, come at us, you know what I mean? Like, I think that would have been equally viable, but no, Clockwork's going to be the pick, so I'm guessing it's a mid-Doom, and then safe lane Luna with Venge. And I actually like that quite a on the map at any point in time, and you can bait out the Doom, then it's going to be really solid, I think, to be able to just go in, find the picks that you're looking for. Actually, after you get like a good Dream Coil, you can follow it up with that Haunt and then get some. Everyone's taking their heroes now. We're inside of the game. First game of the day. And again, apologize for the delay, guys, but Steam was having some issues. And from the looks of things right now, it is going to be a safe lane Doom. And apparently Hani going mid on Luna. He's going to be against the Puck, which... I'm skeptical, man. I am skeptical.
I think you need Venge here as well. I just don't think...
Yeah, but what is Venge going to do? Like, if the Venge starts trading with the Puck is still going to win.
I mean, well...
Puck it well. He'll always dodge it with the...
Problem for me for Fnatic, their lanes. We'll see how they make it, but it's going to be a clash into the jungle, and Mag is just going in. He's got the boots first. He eats a tango and then runs back, all right? Is he going to go in? You don't want to run into the cogs. You can see Trixie just standing from, like, there's a cog being baited out, and then focusing on Trixie, or No-Tail. No-Tail just loses a bunch of his HP.
That was really close. Pretty reckless there, actually, by Trixie to just casually throw out a cog when your teammate's on the wrong side of it, but quick thinking by No-Tail, and he gets himself back to safety, so... I would have went full greed if I was Fnatic. Like, safe lane the Luna, put the Doom in the jungle. The chance for roam on that hero is extremely low, given the way the Empire's lanes were. I actually think the Empire's greed is going to work out for them here.
Okay.
Especially because Spectre is one of them heroes that doesn't really need to worry about rotating. Like, as a carry hero, you can just press R and be there.
Yeah,
they're going to group up as 5 and try and push towers. And
yeah, I like Empire's drafts better, like, just flat out.
Because...
Well, I think they should have actually played it greedier. Like, they should have just gone Doom jungle, right, which is super greedy, safe lane Luna, which is equally as greedy, and then like mid and SF or something. Like heroes who need a lot of farm, sure, but Empire have to run into you, and you can rush BKB on 3 of the 5 heroes on your team and still do a significant amount of damage because of the way that your lineup functions. So you're basically waiting for them to make a mistake instead of you putting a bit of emphasis on yourself to make the early game work for you, because a late game Spectre is going to eat this team alive.
Can they even punish the center top with a Doom Venge lane? Like,
that's
he just sits there.
That's why I disagree with like them not playing it greedy enough. Like they should have just went like full I want to make money mode, I think. I don't know. Hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, they're trading a farm on a Doom, and the most common build is a quick mech, which can actually matter quite a bit. I mean, if you look at Team Empire, they don't have something similar. So Fnatic could hit a pretty good timing where they start knocking down some Tier 1 tower on the back of that mech. But we'll see. Centaur, you know, we know what he's going to get. He's going to get a quick blink and start wrecking havoc.
If they're going for this all-in strategy.
Yeah, he will. He already has a Bassi, so I'm assuming that's going to be his choice. Maybe not first, but I think BKB is also going to be kind of a necessity for him and the Luna as well. Like, sure, you think Luna's always going to get a BKB, but I think, like, first item BKB. Because if you get stampeded on and you don't have a BKB against that lineup, Empire is going to just flatten you instantly. Like, you're not going to have a chance to react.
I think the other day we were talking about damage. We were saying that...
with the Knicks, wasn't it? It was...
No, we're saying that if you stampede, let's say you're a team with, in this case, a puck, and the stampede is applied and the puck runs into the Luna right now, we're saying...
puck strength, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's based on Centaur strength.
Okay.
Because if you hover over stampede, it says release his allies to a vicious charge and each damage trample based on Warrunner's strength. So it's like reading over the tooltip.
But it's not just about the damage that it does, it's about the positional advantage.
Yeah,
it gives you such a huge edge in a fight. Like, I think that's why they picked Clockwork, just to make sure that the Stampede wasn't like an end-all, be-all positional advantage for Empire every single engagement. But I don't think it's going to matter that much.
Run Mag.
Yeah, Mag's fine. He's got booties, man. He's good.
His brothers nearly stomped him there.
Yeah. The double Centaur here top, and Fly actually decides to go 1 point into wave before getting Vengeance Aura. That much, I probably still would have gone in or first. Mag going to be forced to try to use a stun here. Net onto him. Double stun hits Centaur and Era both. Vanscore also TPs here. Looks like Fnatic's not going to be able to get the first blood just yet, but they do have their eyes on this tower. I don't think they can get it this early, though.
Yeah, they have a glyph still available here on Team Empire, so I don't think they're too worried. Unfortunately, Mag is completely out of regen. He has 1 Tangos left, so he's going to be done for a while. But the coding here for Fnatic, if the push doesn't work, I mean, Notel's going to back off in the jungle. They could even do a little bit of double roam action if they want. But they are roaming against a puck, which is going to be somewhat difficult.
Yeah. This is another case of one of those very static games where the movement is going to be minimal until the heroes on both sides of the map start hitting like 6, right? Like puck needs 6, especially. And then you have Spectre hitting 6, and that's when you're going to start seeing the global presence come out, and Stampede comes up on Mag. That's when Empire are going to start actually trying to make stuff happen.
Or when one of them get a Blink Dagger as well, it's going to make a big impact.
Well, Trixie right there. If they went for a Shackle, there's a 1 point of Desolate right now, and Trixie was quite low, but looks like Always Want to Fly did not feel the same way.
What happens if you power cogs and Spectre tries to run in with the dagger? Oh.
You still get bounced off. Mag, top lane, quite low right now, trying to make it back to the tower. One more auto attack from Fly, and he manages to get the kill. Looks like Vanscore was a little bit tardy to the party. Big heal on the creep wave, does some damage to Fly.
2 point to his Wave of Terror instead of the standard maxing the stun. This is kind of what you want to do if you're going for an aura-based rep. You just leave your stun at 1 and take up all your auras.
Ooh. Oh, nice cog by Trixie. He's got a TP, though. Like, Always Want to Fly is going to be forced to use it. I think that's a little bit of a bummer for him, but hey.
I mean, he could be...
could be worse.
A jungle farmer.
Could be worse.
It's actually like farming.
He's going to abuse it, man. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to get a free Centaur kill. Joke's on you, bud.
Luna, please.
Well, now he can't TP, and now he might just be dead. But no, silence over here.
He ate the tango, and now he's in there.
Oh, now he wants to TP away. That was so close. That was so close. You know, if Honey had just stayed in the low ground, I think the Centaur would have queued a stomp and stopped the TP.
Or let Clockwork give him vision.
Yeah. That was really weird.
Yeah, that was.
That's some clowny Dota. Even missing that farm to try to cut his friend out of the trees, he's still leading the CS right now, 31-9. Next highest is Resolution on his team, and I gotta hand it to Hani. I actually thought this lane would be not so favorable for Luna just because of the simple harass damage he would take, but he's doing a nice job.
And even rotated bottom as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still not a big fan of this lane because I feel like at Resolution at this point he's just free farming, and I think he would even skip his treads in this case. He's gonna go just straight blink, and once the blink comes up, I'm not sure what Fnatic is gonna have to deal with that.
Oh, top lane, Fly wants to get a read for stun, so close, not quite.
Minotaur. This time they have a Venge Aura. This Venge is level 5 already. Where's she finding all this level?
First blood.
The first blood helped, but she's level 5.
So it is, like I was saying, it is a greedy lane, but I think Fnatic, like having this kind of a lineup where they can just go for towers and already having a wolf creep, by the way.
Yeah, how did he find
which
it?
Which is huge.
Yeah.
This push becomes a heck of a lot scarier.
Force the puck to rotate. That's one dangerous thing to have to keep in mind, but you can see that Fly's just running in, threatening for the stun. The Centaur standing in the front line. No timeout. But yeah, when everybody's standing around each other, they're getting like almost free plus 35 to 40 damage.
Yeah, like 50% extra damage.
This is insane.
Pick Doom, get a wolf in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Win.
Not if you're me. I mean, if you're me, you don't get a wolf until like 45 minutes in because they just don't spawn.
Or one of your teammates is fucking Radiance and like burns it to death and you're like, no, please, no.
I've actually had that happen before. I don't want to talk about it. It was bad.
I was playing Chen the other day and some fella kept on robbing all my trolls. I was so mad. They're my favorite baby to get as Chen. Like, I just love the trolls. They're awesome.
Yeah. Trolls are good. But just speaking on that experience advantage right now that Fnatic have, especially in terms of supports, like Always Wanna Fly is level 3 still.
Yeah. I mean,
Always Wanna Fly 4, but
got pushed up to, you know. The Van score has been helping out by rotating up top. And they're not getting much.
Expected getting all this experience on his own, like solo experience.
I don't really think is as valued is just having the free farm itself. And from the looks of things, Silent's actually going to be going Vanguard first, so there's going to be not a huge opportunity, but there's going to be some window where Silent's teamfight presence is still going to feel a little bit meh. Sure, he's going max dagger, max desolate, which is a reasonable amount of damage, but I'm not really feeling the go safe build in this scenario when you know that the rotations coming out for Fnatic are pretty much going to be non-existent. Maybe he just thinks he needs the Vanguard to fight.
Yeah, I think so. But they're going to get a gank up top here against Mag. Mag's going to eat a magic missile. We're going to see a Chant, a slap on top. Well, actually, we're seeing Chant. There's going to be Grave, and TP's coming in. Stampede's going to get used, and they're out of there. But it's a puck teleporting in. No, it's going to be Always Wanna Fly, and that'll be the end of the engage.
He just got the... Yeah, it was so close.
He was 27 experience over level 6.
Do you think he actually needed the Stampede? I mean, if they really were worried about him, they could even send the Hunt in with Silent, but...
In all actuality. Oh, Resolution's going to spot the courier.
He has double damage, I think.
He wants it. Oh, why did it stop? Oh, they baited it. They're going to Doom him. Are they actually going to be able to kill him? No, there's no Scorched Earth right now on Doom for another 10 seconds. And Always Wanna Fly, or excuse me, Fly can't get in range.
Oh, they have enchant on him. He should be dead. He's shooting the magic missile, but there's a beam. Night range.
I don't think that's worth it, man. Losing your courier is not worth killing one hero.
I agree. Especially when you have to use Doom and 4 heroes to get it.
Yeah, and especially when he was dragging you away from being able to counter push any lanes while he was dying. So, yeah. Not great.
Yeah, I think the whole Vanguard idea on Silent is not really afraid of the ganks incoming. I think, like, seeing how scary the aura is coming out from Fnatic, he just wants some HP.
Like, them Doom right clicks hurt so much.
I mean, everybody's right click's gonna hurt a lot. C9 had against Alliance in their head-to-head. When I think Envy was playing Doom, they had Bone 7 playing Beastmaster, and I think they had a couple of other aura heroes, like Chen was picked for Aoi. So this is a very similar strategy. And we see Resolution.
Trixie.
Trixie's like...
He's so dead. Uh-oh. There's 2 behind him, though. On the side of Fnatic, can they actually react fast enough? They're going to swap him out of the orbit, doesn't do damage. 3-man coil coming out for Resolution. Trixie's still alive. He panic cogs and traps a few of his teammates in there. Here comes the Eclipse from Hani. It's going to be a double kill for Silent. He gets Grave. He might be able to TP out. Actually gets cancelled by a Lucent Beam. And it's a 2-for-1 trade right now. Can No Tail get another one? He's level 7 right now, and yeah, he's definitely going to get that. Hani actually picks up the kill. What was that cog? Trixie, please!
That was actually...
that was a huge panic cog.
Suspect cog, but it looks like Puck's gonna come around Resolution looking for that kill. The orb is gonna clip, and really nicely played by Resolution. I thought he was gonna miss the orb.
That's my boy, man.
Yep.
Getting points. Wow, is a courier kill worth points? He's doomed. He's not having a great time.
He's dead.
Yeah,
look at the wolf right click.
That damage.
Yeah,
that
crazy
damage. Jeez.
You know, I was saying that Fnatic's got the suspect lanes, but they made it all work. They destroyed the tier 1 tower. Fly somehow got more levels than he ever had in other games. Because Fly is always like level 3 walking around whenever I look at him, but he's doing stuff. We saw the swap being big in terms of saving Trixie in the bot lane and converting into more. And none of the Empire heroes are really far. Mag is close to that blink, and I think that's key.
Here they're going for like the hand of Midas and the drums is pretty huge as well. Like,
okay, Shay, I'm gonna cut you off real fast because I just saw something small and it just blew my brain. Mag is CSing with Tranquil boots, but before he gets the CS, he drops the Tranquil.
Drops them, yeah. So
Get the CS, picks it back up so he doesn't lose the Tranquil region. Holy shit, I'm gonna be doing that all day long in my 5 games.
Well, speaking
This is too
of
much level.
something that we're going to do all day long, if we're Empire, we're pushing.
Yeah.
Now that we have all the sticks. Oh, the coil. They're going to get the tower tonight, though. Hera, maybe hashtag worth a swap onto him as well. He's still alive. The orb going through Grave onto Mag. Looks like Fly is going to be the first one to go down, and No Tail as well. And they're going to get Trixie on top of everything else. So it's a 3-for-1. Resolution ends up going down. The tower gets denied. Oh, man.
I don't think it's actually worth it, but it's as close as you can
Oh,
possibly.
Haunted. Diving inside the tier 4s. Why the hell not? Silent just going for the big plays. He's got a TP, man.
Oh, the
he
beam.
needs to juke Hani, though.
The beam's gonna cancel.
Honey, he doesn't have mana.
Oh,
He doesn't have mana. Click on him. He knows.
he knows.
Ah, he's out. The flare missed.
Holy shit.
What a play.
I like that dive. You don't make that dive without the Vanguard, though.
What a play. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Orb of Venom, which I don't want to say it's common, but it's like a nice addition, I suppose, when you're diving like that, I guess.
Well, the thing about Dagger is that it's only an 18% snare. So if you stack the Orb of Venom on top of that,
Yeah,
then it's
pretty
30%. Yeah, but you're still getting the 18% move speed on top of that slow. So you're almost moving 50% faster than the person that you've thrown a dagger at, which
Base movement speed
is
though.
pretty noticeable.
Like it's from 300, isn't it?
What dagger? I think
like-
it's just like normal.
Your movement speed. Well, you can combine with phase and everything else.
Okay.
You're moving fast.
Pretty darn fast.
It looks like Fnatic's actually hover around Roshan. That's one of the advantage of this particular lineup. When you have the quick auras and quick damage, let's all hover up and see how much damage all right clicking for. They need the Luna here, though. Luna's right now dewarding. All right, she's joining the fray. Bench plus 70 on Doom. Jesus Christ.
I think when the BKBs come out after the Sages, Fnatic is going to be pretty much the strongest. This is they're going to stampede in. There's a blink forward as well. No Tail goes down pretty much immediately. Hani's going to be quick to follow. Empire with a massive initiation potential. Grave on always want to fly. Mass Serpent Ward's even dropping in the pit. And Fnatic just get evaporated in the matter of seconds. Couldn't even call how fast they were dying.
Hope gets the Aegis.
Yep. Gets a Aegis. Gets a Blink Dagger.
Oh boy. It ain't great.
Nope.
That's what I was talking about, though. Like, if you don't have a BKB against that, you really do just die instantly.
You know what they needed very badly is a cog right in front
Outside
of
of the
everything.
pit,
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly where Trixie was, but he was not in front of the pit, and the team just died.
Yeah.
The Centaur, like, ulti is so good for just getting everyone in position. Right.
Was everyone in the pit there? Like, every single person from Fnatic was
I
in,
think
right?
closer, maybe 1 or 2 were like at the ground next to it, but
Man, they just died so fast.
I just don't think if Fnatic expected that kind of initiation at that speed. What they also did was Silent Dagger did with the Stampede movement speed, so he was just going over cliffs with the dagger, and he just ran straight in, and everybody saw the Spectre coming, they couldn't do a thing to it, and they just ran. Suicidal.
Yeah, I don't think you run away from Empire. Like, I don't think that's actually possible. And I mean, in terms of the supports, the shoe is now on the other foot, man. Always on Fly is level 9. Like, after those engagements, and Vanscore, sure, he's level 7, which isn't spectacular, but he's certainly doing a lot better comparatively than what he used to be doing, and you can see the spike up in the graphs. It's like after that fight, especially Empire are looking to be in a really, really good position, and they're going to find Fly, who wanted to stack some Ancients. Maybe not so worth right now. They're even going to pop the Stampede to make sure they get the kill. Now they want to dive on Trixie.
Trixie cock TP.
I don't think they can help him, man. He's trying to TP away. I don't think they saw him. It is nighttime.
Okay. Well, they'll just get themselves a tier 1. Pretty good trade. And it's getting worse because Blink Dagger is going to get picked up on Mag. He already has it, excuse me. We're going to see Shadow Shaman being played by Always Wanna Fly. He's close to his Blink.
Yeah.
Once you get triple Blink.
After this, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Silent has a built-in Blink on his Spectre, so 4 Blinks, I guess, on Team Empire. How do you deal with that?
Pretty scary.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Need to be up before they took that big of a risk. You know what I mean? Like
The
Luna,
Roshan pit.
Yeah, Luna and Era need BKBs to live. It's just simply put, they absolutely need them. And then, of course, he said Trixie being in a better position would have helped, so he gets a better defensive cog to keep the supports alive. Because Enchantress, unlike Chen, and Enchantress isn't a hero who is useless after the first few seconds of a fight, you know? Like, you're not just done once you mech and Hand of God, you actually do a lot of damage, because Impetus is pretty much, you know, it's a decent ability, right? So if he dies really fast, it's actually a big deal for Fnatic.
Yeah.
Because the hero's damage output no longer being there means that heroes to kill, like Spectre and the Centaur, take significantly longer to bring down. And if you need to last that long, you need BKBs.
They keep on focusing Enchantress as well in all these team fights. Like,
Yeah. I mean, well, the hero has 500 life. Like, 587 life at 16 minutes. Resolution will instantly kill him with just a combo.
No, the Centaur.
The Centaur can too.
Yeah.
It's getting worse because Resolution is going for Dagon. And once he has that finish, this Enchantress rip.
It's going to be pain. A whole heck of a lot of pain.
I think going Hand of Midas was the right choice on Doombear.
Well, I think a mech might have been better.
This is what I'm saying, man. These guys just love their Midases, and this is a key example of a mech being much more effective. But hey, if you go 45 minutes,
Silent.
and Midas is going to pay off.
He's grand, as you would say. I don't know, man. Like, let's theorize here for a second. If you had a level 11 SF, I think Luna was 11 when they took that Roshan fight, and the SF had a BKB because you didn't buy drums, would they have actually done any better in that fight? I don't know, man. It's hard to say.
If he get off his ult, I mean, I think they still lose a fight, but they won't lose that many people.
Yeah, maybe.
Jesus.
I don't know what you're doing.
Sorry.
You're just, like, making this really awkward for me.
I got the pillow instead of the toilet paper. It's working out way better.
Yeah, I understand.
On tier 1 without any... Well, they even use a glyph for this. They're going to trade for tier 1s. Immediate Empire rotation is going to come in. You got to be careful if you're Fnatic, because 3 or 4 Blink Daggers online. Yeah, you run.
I think he's DD.
Oh, here comes the Stampede. He sees No Tail. No Tail gets blinked. You were talking about the HP, the double damage. He's not done. He's orbing forward. He's looking for more. These illusions they find. And you see Fly in the jungle. He's dead. They're not done, though. They see the Luna galloping away.
Blink in 1 second. He can blink forward. He can land the coil. He's in range. Maybe not.
Base Luna MS.
Too strong. I think he actually could have coiled, but I think maybe he was assuming the rest of his team was too far.
Yep. Well, tier 1 denied. Empire is just holding on to that lead. Like, so if we're talking about this game, what is Empire that's doing really well? Like, they actually fell behind early, right? Fnatic was able to do a lot of
I don't think they fell behind. Because here's the thing, right? Like, if you're trading farm between a Spectre and a Luna, usually, well, not even just the Luna, but like the Luna and the Doom is not a hard carry in the sense that he can just 1v5 your team. He's an anti-carry, right? Yeah. So classifying him as a 1 is, like, the way that he plays is not conventional to what, like, a hero like Spectre would play as. And like Shane was mentioning, you can play as greedy as you want with Spectre because you can be anywhere and be anywhere at the same time.
Okay.
So anytime you want to go to a fight,
Radiance.
You don't have to actually be there. Yeah, and it's a 19-minute Radiance Vanguard for Silent. So in that sense, I think that Fnatic kind of had to have already, put enough pressure on the map to win the game by now.
But
I
here's
think
the thing,
where
though.
they needed to be.
I don't think they won that Roshan engagement because of Spectre, though.
No, they won the engagement because their draft is better.
Yeah.
Like,
to me, it was everybody else. So is that where they just are insane? Just drafting
Yeah, because they can 4v5. They're going to spot resolution, but they're not going to get anything out of this.
Yeah. Cool.
He's able to jaunt to his orb. That reaction was really damn fast.
And he has such a high level of jaunt as well. If it was only like level 1 or 2, he'd be so dead.
Yeah, he might just be dead. But here comes the entire team, Empire. They're going to go right in. The War Trap's going to go on Fly. Fly's going to get shackled on the back line. He's going to be dead for sure. But there is a Doom on Silent. Silent, though, he's running around using that Radiance for No Tail, doing a ton of damage. The 2 people fighting back and forth. There's a Grave, and No Tail now being surrounded by all people, and he's also dead.
Oh my god, he's really going to not... He's not going to die.
Yep.
Silent's still alive.
Yeah, Resolution's on the chase still. He's going to hunt back in to apply a little bit of damage. Era, he's very, very tanky. He does have 7 magic wand charge. Here comes the Silence, and Mac's going to just ruin the party.
He's got a blink in 30 seconds. Oh man, he's stopping the blink right now with Scorched Earth. Mag has to stop chasing. He has to stop and then blink forward. Oh, Resolution just blinks into trees. There we go. Mag got him.
So Doom actually cancels Radiance, like it turns it off, but you can't use it?
Yeah, turns off everything, man.
Yeah, all your items are muted.
It's like, have fun with your glowing sword, nerd. Just kidding. But yeah, that was crazy. The fact they didn't even kill Silent is like...
Wait. Does it turn off aura as well? I mean, obviously that's what happened, because Radiance is an aura. But let's say if you have a Vlad's, and you Doom, do you lose a Vlad's aura? That sounds...
You don't get things like Feast anymore, right?
You used to get Feast in Dota 1.
Yeah, but they nerfed it. They made it so like before, Abaddon ulti wouldn't proc, and you would get Feast, but you couldn't Abaddon ulti. Then they patch it. And it's like now you can't Feast, but Abaddon ulti can go off.
Why do they keep doing this?
I don't know. Dude.
I think it had something to do with Legion Commander, to be honest.
Hero. No, it's the lifesteal mechanic from Moment of Courage, I think, that they were messing with, or something. I don't know.
It was also the duel mechanic is kind of the same as Doom in certain ways, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the duel. Yeah.
You know, on those tooltips when you play in games, they should just like have a page of things that you could do.
If there was an advanced tooltip that was that advanced, it would cover the whole damn screen.
Hey, you know, just
it's like this is how this interacts.
I'm
with
just
this.
saying, have that information in the
shit.
game.
It's
Have
like,
that information in the game. Why not?
I think you should have it as well, or at least on
Like for the
have
people
it be
that care.
accessible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like this last page in the thing, like don't look here unless you want to know
It's
everything.
like, oh, by the way, Doom does not stop this, this, and this. Oh, it disables this. But don't expect it to do this.
Well, actually, no game in the world does that. That's why people write guides. Please, we need a Doom guide. I'm sure it exists somewhere.
Oh, it's on the mechanics forum somewhere.
I mean, again,
Like how it interacts with everything.
it's changed and...
Yeah, it's changed so much and stuff. Yeah.
Alright, so my question is, do Fnatic actually have the capability of coming back? My gut is no, because Empire actually have a team who is very capable of cracking the base with things like Master Ward, a Spectre who is ridiculously farmed at this point in the game, and they have pretty much assumed all map control. Like, Silent's just able to farm by himself near the bottom tier 2. Sure, he's going to be forced to back off now, but the reaction from Fnatic has to be huge now. They have to send like 3 or 4 heroes to every single lane just to remain, well, I wouldn't even say safe, just to make themselves feel safe, because in reality, if Empire are there, they're not safe.
Yeah, in all of these team fights that we've seen, I think it has been 2 or 3. What happens is, Hunt comes out, Fnatic all run and scatter in different directions. If the fights keep going like that, there's no way in hell they'll win, because they'll just keep getting chased and they die.
Yeah,
what
there's
needs
so
to
much
happen
chase.
for Fnatic is that they actually decide to take a fight. They need BKB up on the Doom as well as Luna. And Trixie to actually cog 1 or 2 people. Either just have a defensive cog and push them back and then re-engage, or hook it and cog 2 or 3. Like, they need to decide to take fights. But I just don't think they're strong enough. Even with the 2 BKBs up, I don't think they're strong enough.
Do you think having the 4 levels in Rocket Flare is what they need right now?
Here comes the Haunt. Yeah, Trixie, well,
See you later.
he needs to stay in the front, but not like that.
4 levels in Rocket Flare instead of the Barrage is a good idea?
I don't think it matters, honestly. Like, I don't think the skill build of the Clockwork is really why they're at this point in the game.
Yeah, I'm just small things.
I actually think this is a better skill build for what's happening right now, though, because you just need to
counter-pushing the lanes.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem is that he realized that the supports that they have, like, they're pretty much never going to split up. Like, Vanscore and Always on the Fly have been together pretty much the entire game, except for when Vanscore TP top to stop a dive on Mag. That was like the only time they separated, right? So normally UMax battery assault in situations where you know that the supports are going to be isolated from each other, and that's not the case this game. Like, Empire have good enough, at least 4-man Dota, because obviously Silent's never going to be with the team, good enough 4-man to warrant just sticking together and just pushing towers. So maxing battery assault in that situation and hoping for a good fight where you can manage to cog 1 person, which is like what Lumi said, you actually want to get like 2 or 3 just so you can stop them from having free ring with Stampede. It just doesn't synergize well with what they need to do with their team. So I don't know. I think the Clockwork pick was just... But they haven't made it work the way that they wanted to make it work.
Yes. Cog actually helped Team Empire in that
bottom?
previous Cog when Trixie kind of panic cog. It worked out fine. He survived and they got a couple of kills, but...
Yeah.
Who wins super late game against Spectre and Luna? Like,
I don't think there will be a super late game.
Spectre would win, but not because the heroes are necessarily like... I'm not talking a sole 1v1. I'm talking because the Haunt from the Spectre is going to damn near kill your supports by the time it gets that late. Like,
I mean, I think they will kill them right now, like with the Radiance and...
With the farm that they have, sure, there are circumstances where if the supports are more farmed and they have, like, Ghost Scepters, it's not that bad. But because they're so under-farmed, the Spectre becomes just way scarier, right? Like, you see a Haunt, you're like, oh shit, we gotta run, you know? It's like, we can't do anything about it.
what do you do if you're Fnatic here? You're a Fly. What do you tell the boys? What's the game plan?
we're in for the long haul.
Yeah.
Wait until the Luna and the Doom get 6 items, which at this pace is going to take a very long time.
Like, this happens too often than I would like to admit it in pub games, but I always say, guys, I think we need to farm for 40 more minutes. Because that's... You're not going to win in the next 40 minutes. You gotta go 79, boys.
Yeah. Like, the first argument is saying that Empire are going to assume map control for so long that even delaying the game shouldn't help, but you also have to factor in human error, right? So say it gets to like 15 minutes in, you lose a fight. Then suddenly that fight becomes much more meaningful because there's more items, you can take more for the time investment of the fight, like say you can push maybe 2 towers instead of 1. Yeah, this is the fight. They're going to catch out Silent.
Yep,
He's going to get pushed out. All he has to do is get stampeded. And he's just going to casually walk away and hook shots down. So they have no way of catching him.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of whether Trixie popped the cog or not, because of Dagger, he's going to just walk out of it. Could have delayed it a little bit further, but meanwhile, though, Team Empire is going to do more stuff. Take Silent tier 2 on the bot lane, and is
they have wards up as well.
Knocking on high ground. Yeah, with the wards, they're going to get this Rax, I think. Yeah, because guess what? Haunt is still online.
Glyph's up, too, for Fnatic, so this is it, man. This is their last stand. I think if this Rax goes down, they just GG.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Actually killing the wards. Look at Fly. He's just like one-hitting these,
that damage, man.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the initiation. Mag gets 2, and the Haunt comes in. Always Wanna Fly comes in with a Hex as well as a Shackle. They're going to go on Honey. Honey pops with the BKB. All the BKB are popped, and they actually kill Always Wanna Fly on the back line here. They defend against Silent. Silent gets doomed. The Grave goes on him. He's still alive. He's not going to man up, though. He's trying to run. Vanscore is also running. He dies. The Team Empire is just falling apart, and Fnatic makes a big hold. Mag trying to blink away, and he does. And that should be the end of the engage.
Them BKBs doing work in that fight.
I'm completely surprised.
That was super overconfidence from Empire. Like, they dove. Like, they didn't even... There was only, like, one support in the back. Hitting. Oh, what a stomp. They get the silence on 3 after the fact. Now it's just full panic mode. Dagon on the Honey. Arrow wants to get the hell out of here. Is the stomp going to be in time? Eric gets out. What a TP. Okay, so...
Take it all back.
The re-confidence re-engage.
Yeah, the confidence re-goose. But no, like, Silent and Mag both just jumped behind the tower. They didn't need to do that.
No?
Like, they could have very easily just slow sieged it. They already forced out the glyph. They had the Mass Serpent wards down. Just wait. Like, make Fnatic come to you.
The wards were dying. Maybe they were panicking. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
I don't think they were panicking, really.
I mean, if you lose the wards, you lose the wards. You don't lose... Oh, is it the Doom gonna come
He's got the orb still. He can orb away. Nice pipe timing from Mag. 2 more Dagons there on resolution, so that's a Dagon 5 now.
I've got a question with the pipe and the Blink Dagger. If you pipe before, does the Blink Dagger never go on cooldown?
No, it does. If even absorb damage stops playing.
Okay.
So, like, if you have pipe or anything like that that absorbs damage, you still...
The best example for that is if you have TA refractions on and you take damage.
Still breaks your blink.
Yeah, it still breaks your blink, even though you don't take any damage because refraction blocks it. So.
Oh, yeah.
You know, once upon a time, damage didn't break blink.
I remember that, actually.
And you could just blink whenever.
Once upon a time.
And it was super annoying to try to kill anybody because everyone would go blink daggers.
You know, Andy, you say clowny Dota a lot. I think
that was the clowniest
That is
Dota.
clowny Dota.
When I used to play Dota, like at the very start, everyone used to just pick Troll Warlord and get a Basher, and you just you couldn't do anything.
And multiple Bashers at that, because they used to stack.
And they didn't have a cooldown as well.
They've got their eyes on Roshan, and a Hard now picked up on Silent. If he gets the Hard and Aegis, I dare say even if they dive, they would still be able to win the fight.
Yeah. I mean, right now they've been graving the Spectre 2 fights in a row, and they've been dealing with Spectre through that. Like, Spectre is just forced to run. I think with the Hard, you know, the shoes on the other foot.
Well, let's consider the positioning that Silent was in last time. Like, he was behind the tier 3.
Past the racks.
Yeah, like past the barracks. Standing by a couple of huts and like 3 members of Fnatic, and then he got doomed. Like, that's where he got doomed. He didn't get doomed because he was attacking the tower. He got doomed because he was way in there.
Now, this fight, positional-wise, looks pretty good for Fnatic. I mean,
I think if Fnatic,
like,
even if they get the jump, like, what are they going to hookshot into Mass Serpent
actually,
wards? Like, how are they going to fight that?
They need to get the Doom up closer so we can Doom someone important.
If they need to hook anybody, it's either Vanscore or always want to fly in the back and fight away from the wards. But the problem is, like...
I mean, they're going to give up Aegis.
Yeah, I mean, the Roshan's going to die no matter what. So, I'm not entirely sure what the game plan is from Fnatic, but they got to make something happen here.
Scare tactics, perhaps? Just throw enough nukes that Empire might back off.
Got a hook shot Vanscore, man. That's it. Oh man, he's got an invis. Oh, this is so unfortunate. And they're going to find Arrow right away. Maybe he won't be able to get his Doom off. No Tail immediately dives to the Resolution. The Eclipse and the Coil hitting on 3 on the high ground. And Fnatic just do not seem to have anything to stand against the onslaught that is Empire right now. Hani just has to run away. With his BKB on. Arrow bought back. So did No Tail. They want to try to go for the Regoose. Resolution just casually walks into a Doom. Vanscore can't get the Grave off. And Silent and Mag in the meantime are securing themselves the late game. The TP away with the Grave on as well, and Hani DCs. So, Resolution sacrificing himself for the greater good, I guess.
What a dude.
I mean, he was lagging, or he's like, take me.
Like, he didn't need to do that. Roshan. He didn't need to do that to get the Aegis.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Doom absorbed.
Like,
some questionable plays.
Yeah. I just want to say that I find it really funny, because normally, when we're casting, the lights are off.
I was about to say the same
Production
thing.
keep turning them on because
they think
when they pause...
No. They think turning on...
Yeah. Right, but it could be both, because if they pause and they cut too, right? Like, they cut to us in the studio.
This is the first pause, but the light's been on
it's the second pause.
Second pause.
A second pause?
And they just turn it back on.
I feel like whenever there's a team fight that's going really bad for Fnatic, the light comes on. I'm like, oh man, GG's coming soon.
When they put when they had the Roche fight, the lights went on.
He's like, this is over.
Yeah, he just has this switch. And he's like...
It's probably Webos.
Probably.
He's always an early GG'er. Then again, I am too. I GG at like 8 minutes into the game. Like,
I noticed.
And then most of the time I actually win when I do that.
No, I was watching a stream the other day. You were calling GG like 10 minutes in, and then you guys played for 40 minutes and you started winning.
Yeah,
like, really, really hard. And then you lost the game. It's like, oh, hope is...
Was that when Webos was playing...
Yeah, it was a Mirana game.
No, that Mirana game we won.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I.
Oh no! You dropped the rapier. They picked it up, and then he just walked up to you, and he got killed.
I bought back, and we killed him in our base.
You're
and
like,
I got the rapier back.
Yeah,
it was a bait.
It was a bait. Okay.
Dude, I was 27-4 that game. You picked Ember against a Meepo.
That just doesn't count.
No.
Against a Meepo. And you probably well camped like 30 of those kills.
Like 5.
All right, whatever.
I had to get the.
Had to get to the solid.
Well, camp is such a a douchebag.
Oh, it is.
It's a scummy move.
Yeah.
But you're allowed one douchebag thing a week.
I overused my douchebags.
There's like a committee that like meet each other.
I see.
It's like you can only be this much of a dick during your games. I'm like way up here. I'm just like off the charts.
I'm always really, really nice.
Yeah, I know.
No, actually, Andy, when you play Dota, you're like, you're not douchebag to your teammates.
I'm surly.
You're sarcastic.
I'm passive-aggressive.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good...
Yeah, passive-aggressive. Yeah. But it's always kind of... I can tell you're laughing when you're saying it, but not on the outside.
You mean the inside?
What's cracking?
Some problems with Hani staying connected to the game. So they're like,
Technical. Okay, we're going to try one more time, and the game is coming back in.
All right, so... 2
buybacks on Doom and No Tail.
Yeah, I mean, the buybacks were kind of necessary, because otherwise they just would have lost the racks. But there's no Mass Serpent Ward, so it's going to be a while before Empire pushed. Probably just going to wait on Resolution to be alive again.
Yeah, but
high DCs again.
It's like you said, once we have...
Empire is such nice guys. Look at them.
Yeah. But let's be honest for a second, okay? It's 28-10. It's 30 minutes in. You have an exposed Rax. You have no glyph. Chance that you're going to win.
Are you saying they're going to...
Do you let the game be paused for like 10 minutes just to let one person reconnect?
Oh, if you're
like
if you're Team
Empire super mannered them the other day. Like super mannered. It was this matchup, yeah. It was Empire Fnatic, and they're like, no, we'll take the loss.
Yeah.
Isn't it Fnatic's turn
to say
the shoe is on?
To say, okay, we probably lost this game.
Yeah, what's the graph looking at?
I think so.
Give us a go.
All right,
but they did win that one fight though.
Oh Jesus!
It's looking a little bit grim.
Yeah. Look, they did win that one fight.
Did they win that fight?
What fight did they win?
They re-goosed them.
They
at Roche.
re-goosed and then they got killed. Right,
Yeah, but
that
that's
was
not
one
a
fight.
win.
That was a one fight. You killed the Spectre? Right?
I don't know, man.
That's a one fight.
I don't think,
You killed the
I don't think
Spectre,
they
guys.
can win, man. I don't think
You
they can win.
defended the base and
Did
you
you
killed the
press the
Spectre.
graph button?
I did. I saw over there.
It's pretty rough.
It is.
You know
pretty
math.
good. Yes. That is a
realize-
big number, man.
That is a big-ass number,
That's a
right?
big-
You
That's
could
not-
not cycle up that hill. That's all I'm saying.
You can.
It would be really fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's not one of those.
I don't have the kind of gears for that kind of thing. You know.
You
what I
need
mean?
like one of those, 12 speeds or 13
Yeah,
speed
yeah.
bikes where you set the resistance so low that you like pedal 700 times and you're still like going backwards.
Your heart is like falling out of your mouth because you're so
Yeah.
exhausted. Like.
I'm trying so hard to get up this hill. It's just not working out.
Yeah, and honestly, Aegis on the Heart Spectre is
Yeah. Not looking.
I mean, I'm not even saying it to be like an ass. I'm just like,
Yeah.
can they win? Because I don't think they can.
You never know. I think you never know.
If they go like
Okay, they're no racks
full
down.
ham, dive inside of the base, go in the well.
Which they did before.
Yeah, but no, I mean like this time they would actually have to dive harder than that. Like they would have to dive tier 4s and go into the well and bathe in it for them to come back.
Okay. Well,
What?
maybe.
Hey, since there's the time to shoot the shit, because nothing's happening, right?
All right.
What do you call a term when that you do? So, for example,
Describing?
no, like a commentator talking about the subject of commentating, or an artist drawing about something, a topic about artists. Is there a term for that?
I think it's just like.
Or you're not?
I don't think there's a specific word for it. Maybe there is. I mean, actually, I'm sure there is.
Okay.
But I don't know it.
I'm not a wordsmith.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but what I'm trying to lead into this discussion is when you go through commentating school. We all been
Right.
through commentating school, and he's
Except for him. He
Have
hasn't
I?
he's
graduated
going through
yet.
it right now. He's going through it right now.
I never got the memo about this thing.
So one thing you're always supposed to do is never call GG
Right.
to hype the excitement. Right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
keep
yes,
it in.
yes.
Hold on a second.
And you need to work on that.
So do I get like? Can I win?
Okay,
You
I
called
give
GG
people-
9 minutes. You called GG
I
during draft.
give people. No, I didn't. I didn't call GG during the draft.
Sometimes you do.
I said I think the Empire is like. I said they had a better team.
Okay.
That's what I said.
All right.
Which I think is fair.
Yeah.
That's not saying like GG.
I'm not saying this time.
I'm giving the viewership the benefit of the doubt of saying they know enough to know that I know. They're not saying the game is over doesn't mean the game is not over. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
TI4,
I'm saying
at TI4 you shouldn't do that.
no. I'm not going to do it at TI.
Okay.
But I'm going to look at this game and go, it's 28-10 and 30 minutes in, and there's a 20,000 gold
lead.
experience lead.
Okay.
This team's probably not going to win.
Yeah,
I
agree.
think that's a
I
fair
agree.
assessment.
But in commentating,
You know what? Toby told you that, didn't he?
No,
He didn't?
no.
He told me that, like way back, like when I first started commentary.
Okay.
'Cause
You're not supposed to call it GG. Like for the viewers out there, like if you want to be a commentator, you're not supposed to call it GG.
You're not supposed to, right?
Right.
But
But you do
I
it, and
find
you're a
it-
commentator.
No, I find it really, really hard to not do that. So, let's say Andy calls, "Oh, this game's over."
Mhm.
It's up to me now to on the other
Try to
side.
bring the other team
He's
back
like, "Yeah,
in."
man, no, they killed the
I should-
Spectre."
I should totally put you on the spot more often and be like, it's unwinnable.
And
then I
then-
want Lumi to try to theory
And it
craft
sounds
how they
so
can come
bad
back.
because there's 20,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
There's an
Yeah.
Aegis on Spectre. There's a Heart. There's a Vanguard and Radiance. They're like, but they got
At a certain-
Enchantress, guys. Fair damage. Fair damage.
At a certain stage, you're just lying. Like you're straight up lying. But
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
so-
I don't think it's actually one of them stages. Honestly, I don't think so.
No, I think it is.
I don't know.
It's like 100%. Like,
So I'm not sure if you were watching some of the Dota that would happen last year, where Alliance was picking a lot of the Color PL.
Yeah, I remember.
And those games, they go a while.
Yeah.
And they go a while, nobody does anything, but you know as the gold graph slowly dips up, the PL eventually just win.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
sense
Everywhere.
that you know what's going to happen for the casters, but you have to hype it up. Like,
Yeah.
oh, the PL might
it's like, oh,
lose.
they picked the support off. It's 45 minutes and you lost. Yeah.
This is looking a bit grim. Look at this shit.
Yeah, it's apparently not just Honey who's having the connectivity issue. There's
Some dude called
I think he's a caster.
Papa Serdo.
PGL. PGL. Sounds
That-
like,
Is that not his
reminds me of,
organization?
sounds like Pro Golfing League or something.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he's in the wrong game. Like.
Yeah, they're definitely commentators though. Mod server? Weird.
I
It's
doubt
Trans's
Honey
fault.
is the same. Fucking trans.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is just musical reconnect, disconnect, like over
Yeah.
and over and over again. So, Hani is apparently experiencing some issues.
What a dude.
What a dude.
Cyberman is what a dude. That guy needs shoutouts.
No, he's literally like the unsung hero of Dota 2. Like, he goes around
He's
the
like-
shadows.
He's the global IT guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He just goes around like, all right, fine, this is what you do. All right, it's fixed.
Yeah.
And then, like, he doesn't say it, but you just kind of feel dumb. Like, after he fixes something for you, you're like, I should have known that.
I could have Googled that.
Yeah.
There's some things you just shouldn't know.
I mean, he doesn't do it. Cyberman's awesome. But you
Oh,
just
yeah.
feel that way, you know? You feel like, man, he's, like, really good at this.
Yeah,
And
he's
I'm
not. He's not coming to the team be like, oh, I could help you if you pay me. He just
he
offer the
doesn't-
service for
yeah,
free.
he doesn't get paid for
There's
anything.
stories about teams not getting paid, and Cyborg Matt is like putting on his bounty hunter suit, and it's like, I'm gonna get you your money.
Yeah.
Through legal or illegal means. Not sure about that. But yeah, Cyborg Matt just does a lot of things behind the scene.
Yeah, he's a superhero.
Yeah.
What a guy.
What
a plug.
What a fun.
But what a guy.
No. Game is not. Look, game's
Look,
not
man,
over.
this is going to be a reoccurring thing. You
Yeah.
made the ultimate mistake,
Nah, man.
right? You brought it up, which means that now I have to do it.
Look, I put LD under the bus so much because I would be the in that casting
the
pair,
negative
I would
Nancy.
be
You would be the GG'er.
Yeah, I'd be like, this game's over, and LD's done it enough times, so I
LD's like the master just BSer now. He's like, oh yeah, they totally can do
Well,
that.
obviously Fnatic think they can still win. Otherwise, they would have called GG.
Fair.
yeah.
So
But do they have access to the golden experience card?
I'm sure, experienced players like themselves
They
have,
know.
have played enough Dota
Yeah.
to have an estimate of how bad
You
it
get
is.
that looming sense of,
Oh shit!
it's like that guy has like 3 times my net worth. Actually, I don't even know what the net worth looks like right now, and I can't open it because you keep hitting enter. So yeah, they're actually
Not that far.
the
off.
biggest difference though is the supports. Like, okay, 3 members right now on Fnatic. If you combine them, they're barely ahead of the Shadow Shaman. Okay,
Yeah, but this, one of them's clockwork, so he kind of could be like a Transformer kind of Power Ranger thing, so they could combine. You know what I mean?
I don't know, dude. I feel like this is just procrastination at this point.
Maybe.
Important day, so maybe that's it, right? Like they see, okay, we've played 6 games already. We haven't had like the best record.
Yeah.
We need to win these games to really secure our spots in the top 6. So I understand that aspect of it, like not wanting to just GG out because you know that, hey, this could very well indicate if we're going to the
ban or
playoffs,
not.
Yeah.
right?
So how does the competition work? You play your games, and then the top 6 go to the playoffs,
Yep.
is it? And then 4 go to the finals.
I don't know actually how it works after that because it's a new format. Well, I mean, it's kind of the old format,
Shouldn't
but
we
there's more
know?
teams. No,
Shouldn't
Bruno
we
knows
know?
everything.
No one tells me anything. Like nothing.
Yeah,
at
nobody
all.
tells anyone.
We had to
anything.
Google ourselves to find out what's going on in our schedule.
Unless
Like,
you specifically ask, you'll never know.
And if you do ask, you probably won't know.
Yeah. It's like, I've never known. That's why usually we have Bruno for this. Bruno's not here.
food.
No,
Yeah.
we already ate.
You guys already ate.
What did you
And
get?
you were in the car this time.
We
I
have-
even specifically asked you. I was
You're
like,
not playing
are
that
you
good."
hungry? And you're like, no, man, I had breakfast. I don't want any shit.
No. We have cold pizza in the fridge.
Yeah, okay.
Great.
Because apparently, when you're doing a Diablo show, they have soda. Did you see the fridge?
Is it hooked
They
up?
have soda, they have Monster, they have cold pizza. We're doing the wrong game.
We really are.
Like, we either should be doing Diablo or League of Legends. One has money, one has food.
Dude, I love food.
I think
There you go.
I go with the food as well every time.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, with money, you could buy food.
He heard our calls. We put up the
cracking?
Bruno signal in the sky. It's just a picture of your almost pompadour and then a really bright colored shirt. That's
That's
the Bruno
great.
sign. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
What do you think of this game? I'm gonna like lay on the desk right now because I'm tired.
I'm not commentating the game, so I'm like,
Have you been watching the game?
yeah, but what I was going to is
No,
that
he's
I'm
been
not,
playing
I don't
Diablo.
have the, I can't call the GG kind of thing. The Fnatic is pretty screwed right now.
Okay, Bruno, I want to hear your thoughts on the commentating school of rules, no calling GG.
I
Okay.
think when it gets to a certain point, you can say it's over.
Okay, so my take on this is once the game is past the point where it's obvious that a team is going to win, what you have to do is focus on
Hold on.
what the team.
Can do. to
What's
it.
obvious? Like, the guy is hitting the throne, and the throne's at down to 10 HP. Is that obvious that they're going to lose? Or,
Okay,
or are you
okay.
talking about
I
this
think
point
it's like
right now?
being down a rack.
Okay, you
or
just
2
reminded
racks.
me of something entirely different. Like, you know you taught. So, you know the thing about the surprise test? The teacher's
Yeah.
telling you that it's going to...
Pop quiz.
No, but the thing is, there's this story about a teacher that's telling the students,
Okay.
in the next 30 days, I'm going to give you a surprise test.
Okay.
And you won't be able to prepare the next day, like the day before, because you will never know which day it is. So you have to prepare throughout all the month.
Okay.
Right? So the students are really smart. And they say, well, clearly, day of the month. Because if it wasn't the last day, by the day before I knew, like, well, I didn't have it so far, so it has to be tomorrow so I can prepare the day before.
Okay.
So it can't be the last day. It can't be the second to last day either. Because if you go to the second to last day, you know that it can't be the last day. So it has to be the second to last day, so you'll prepare.
Okay.
And then you keep going and going and going, and you like get to the first day, and you're like, okay, there can't be any surprise test because just by going backwards, it's impossible. And then the next day, the teacher
sounds
comes.
like a very fallacy argument.
Well, it's just like proving how, what's the name of induction doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Right.
Is this
but
going over?
In this case, it's not about surprise test, but it's like, well, when you're hitting the throne, it's pretty much over, right?
Yeah.
But when you're hitting the throne, it's pretty much over. When you're hitting tier 4 and 4 enemies are there, they're pretty much over.
Sure. So by induction, we're going back to here with 20,000 gold lead.
By induction, we're going to, let me see. Okay, so we're 20,000 gold, 20,000 experience. Yeah.
With the Aegis on
with the Aegis.
No rush.
So at this point, you can like either keep the lion and say, no, well, yeah, as you said. Like,
it's not a lie.
It's... I mean, okay.
Don't belittle what I do here, guys. It's not a lie.
Okay. It's not a lie, but right. Okay. So you can go and assume they're most likely going to lose.
Okay.
This is what they should have done, maybe, or this is what they could have done. This is why they're losing right now. This is what the other team do right.
Commentator school right here,
and
man.
you have like good 10 minutes to talk about what the other team did well. I mean, the same things that you talk after the game when you're doing post-game.
But we already went over all of that.
The thing is that you have such long
because
pause.
you have periods of downtime. No, because this is commentary school 102.
Right.
Okay, not 101.
Okay.
So we
the
know
first class.
you kind of have to go over what the teams did good or what they could have done better.
Right.
Like Fnatic at the beginning of the game, I already said it, like the draft, that they didn't pick greedy enough. Because they didn't have heroes who were going to be able to actually punish the later in the game. And the Spectre's still going to out-carry. Empire still has better initiation, and they still have better team fight.
Well, then
so
you go
what did you pick for?
When did you go to, oh Jesus, I can't speak English is hard. Then you go to commentary 103.
Okay.
This is flame the players.
I like it.
It's just like, I
So,
can't believe he went
Trixie got 2 of his teammates killed under the tower.
yeah.
I already flamed him, so I've like aced that course
Well, but
already.
he also had the panic cog on the
Yeah,
tier
that's what
1.
I mean. That's
it.
where we got 2 of his teammates.
Yeah.
He almost got No-Tail first blooded in the woods.
Yeah,
He
right
called
at
and
the
No-Tail's
start of the
like,
game.
I'm stuck! And then he had to like tango himself to freedom. So, alright, I already did that. What's next?
Okay.
I need like my masters now. I'm moving on to advanced courses.
Okay, Shane, any ideas?
I
Shane
still
is still
haven't even
1-1,
gone to the
man.
school.
Shane's like still unrolling.
Yeah.
not great.
Okay, 104. You talk about how they won because this hero was so strong or so weak that it needs to be nerfed or buffed. And you just go into theory crafting about how this hero
How
would
can
be
we
better.
argue that Centaur, a hero that we hadn't seen in ages, who got nerfed before he was even seen again, needs to be changed?
It's all Dazzle. Nerf Dazzle.
No, but Dazzle, like, his change was so minute. Like, it was such a small change.
It was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Shut up, Shane. 104. Tell your co-commentators to shut up when they say something stupid.
You're a fucking idiot. Pull James out.
Fucking idiot.
Oh my
Yeah, I don't know. It gets to a stage where there's really only so many things you can theorize, right? There's only so many ways that you could possibly say, okay, they could have done this, they could have played this, and then it gets to be semantics. Like, what hero could they have picked? And then there's, like, dozens of other heroes that they could have picked in a situation that would have done specific things. But nobody wants to hear about that because it would go on and on and on and on.
Okay,
And then it gets monotonous.
so I have this plan B, right?
Okay.
Because I was bored. There.
Typical Bruno. I did this because I was bored.
I was bored. Yeah, that's pretty much how I operate. So, in the meantime, since we went through all the schools of commentating, and we're filling out a post, right? I was thinking maybe we just like test Lumi on his knowledge on music, movies,
Holy shit.
Oh,
and maybe sports. It's simple. It's actually like only 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I'm going to give you 7 names.
7 names.
7 names, and you're going to tell me, actually last names, and you're going to tell me if it's someone related to
Oh, this is
movies?
multiple choice. Okay.
Yeah, movies, or sports?
Multiple choice is like the easiest.
I know, but
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's
All right,
one
it's
right?
me. I
I'll
got it.
honestly say if I don't know. I won't randomly guess.
Well, but okay, you say I don't know, but then you guess. Fair
Okay.
enough. Like you
So
said.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like the SATs. You get lose points for guessing.
guessing,
wrong.
yeah.
Exact
exactly.
marking, yeah.
So okay, we started with easy. Tarantino.
Movies.
Okay, good. Hetfield.
No, but I would educate a guess on sports.
Wrong. Andy.
Music.
Good. What band?
Metallica.
Good.
James Hetfield.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Messi.
kind of a...
huh?
Messi.
That's a sports.
Good. It's my homie. Beaver.
Fever.
Yeah.
That's music.
Good.
Baby. All right, let's not lose yours. Let's not lose yours.
Costner. Okay, guess.
Movies.
Good.
Lucky guess.
Yeah.
Lucky guess. Yeah.
Kevin Costner, man.
He had that like 7-hour movie,
How does
Dances
he
with
keep getting
Wolves.
work? Waterworld was awful.
I don't know.
It was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
I loved that movie when
How
I was
can
like...
you
I
love that movie?
loved that movie when I was a kid.
It had no plot.
It was on
It's
water.
like
It was
we're
cool.
on a fucking
Three
raft
hours of...
made out of garbage cans.
It was
Oh yeah,
awesome.
by the way, I have gills. Like what the fuck?
It was awesome.
3 hours of...
That was my one F-bomb.
Really?
Like I had to use it on Waterworld. Like I'm not going to get another opportunity like
Yeah.
that. I got to
Yeah.
seize the opportunity.
How
All
many?
right, continue.
Was it one each?
Yeah, I tangentized there a bit. Sorry.
2 remaining.
Okay.
Vic.
What?
Super easy.
Super easy.
Like crazy easy.
Michael Vick.
So what is that?
See, I know the name, but I don't know who it's from.
Oh my god. Are
think-
you even a person?
I think that's sports.
Good. Good.
It's a American football player.
American football player.
I didn't know who that was, so...
Who is notorious for...
I don't
Drawing
know,
the ball?
shooting somebody.
No, no, that's... Some would say worse.
Yeah, I would actually
Some would say
worse.
worse.
I don't know. What did
Shooting
he do?
He had like dog fighting happening
Okay.
in his house.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
Super
that,
all
I
over the
remember
news.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was pretty bad. He's playing. And the last one is actually kind of like the easiest one that you can get.
I thought Bieber was pretty easy.
Schumacher.
Guess.
Guess.
Well, based
And
on
then Shane
this,
will answer.
it's driving, so sports. See, I don't
Oh,
know.
you could have said movies, and it would have worked. Because you
You could
have
have guessed either.
Michael Schumacher, which is like F1 racer,
Right.
Okay.
guy with most titles in history. Or you could have Joel Schumacher, which is a movie director.
He was also in that movie about the Brazilian guy. I'm pretty sure Michael Schumacher was in that movie, wasn't he?
Bruno, you should have tried harder. You should have came up with one that had all three. So
I was trying to, but I couldn't. I
That's
mean,
actually pretty tough.
there has to be like a singer or something, Schumacher. Anyway.
He's been in like movies and stuff.
He has there's like like
There's
trance
a lot of
movie.
there's a lot of 2 out of 3s, but there's not a lot of
No,
3
No,
there's
it's-
definitely a song
the
called
sport
Schumacher.
music.
100%.
A song.
A song. It's like dance music. It's terrible.
Yeah,
really
but you
terrible.
can't have just like some weird reference, right? It
Right,
has to be
no, it
like
has to
a
be a
legitimate thing.
Well, it's like a thing that you'd hear in
so
clubs
how many
when
did I
was
get
younger.
correct?
I
Like
think
legitimately.
You missed 2, right?
You missed 2, yeah.
You did better than
bad.
I would.
Well,
One
you
of
got
them
the
was a
last one.
lucky
The last
guess.
one was
Okay, so
and
4
the
out
last
of
one was
7.
kind of like a hint.
4 out of 7.
You're like
Yeah.
a barely functioning human being.
What for? I would challenge a lot of people out there that cannot get 4 out of 7.
What?
You,
It was like super easy.
it was
Really?
really easy.
That's like your multiplication tables to us.
I see.
Yeah. But I mean, you have
Like
more
we
than 50%.
didn't go home
Okay.
unless we'd seen Waterworld and knew who Kevin Costner was.
And hated
for,
it.
for me, that's satisfactory. 4
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
7,
yeah. I mean, you went past 50%.
Man.
That fucking Dancing with Wolves movie is way worse than Waterworld. But
No.
Yes, it is.
That's with Wolves. It's actually legit.
I'm gonna call him Two Socks or something.
Okay, I gotta be honest. I thought the Dances with Wolves book was very good,
I mean,
but I thought the movie was shenanigans. Like it was just
okay. So you watch. That's a good segue for something. I'm gonna name a few movies.
Okay.
And you told me if you watch any of these ones, or at least if you remember the title. Pocahontas,
Yes, I know that. It's
Okay.
a Disney movie.
Dance with Wolves,
No, I don't know what that is.
Avatar, not The Last Airbender, like Avatar, the guy with the blue guys.
Is it the one that has like really next level 3D CG?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Okay. The Last Samurai.
Yeah,
I mean, it
that
was
is.
popular.
No.
but it wasn't.
The reason I'm actually mentioning these movies is because they're all the same movie.
They really are, actually.
They're all the same movie. It's
the
like
guy goes into the different
the
culture.
foreigner goes into a different culture. The culture resists him because they're either at
And then
war
there's,
or
like,
they're like something different.
Acceptance, and then...
And there's acceptance, there's a girl or
Hugs
something, and he falls in love, and he becomes part of the tribe, and he helps
Smith.
them defend against, like,
The
his own
attackers.
people.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh?
So there you go. Like, if you watch one of these movies,
Seen them
you,
all.
you just
Whatever
watch
you
4
do,
movies.
don't watch the one with Tom Cruise, because anything that he's in, I just can't take it seriously at all, because
Wait.
the guy has less emotion than Keanu Reeves.
Tom Cruise.
Keanu Reeves was actually
Hold
in
on.
a similar movie called 47 Ronin or
Ronin.
something.
Yeah.
It's coming
It's
out.
the same movie again.
Yeah,
Okay, so question. Who's the guy in Lost in translation? Is that
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yeah.
is that Tom Cruise? No.
No, that's Bill Murray.
What?
No, not even.
I don't even know.
No. Tom
See,
Cruise
I
is
like that movie, by the
Tom
way.
Cruise is Mission Impossible.
Which one?
All
of them.
Is like the main
There's
guy.
like 4 or 5 of them now, I think.
Didn't they change the guy?
They
No,
changed other guys.
Well, there was like a Mission Impossible TV show a long time ago,
Oh, yeah, that's right, there was.
and that was not Tom Cruise. But the movies that started like in the
90s.
early 2000s or maybe late 90s. That
So
was-
the most recent one where he's really old and he can't like fulfill his missions.
Because it was
That
That
bankers
was
something.
James
Yeah.
Bond.
that's James Bond. Yeah, that's not
That's
Mission Impossible.
Holy
That was Daniel
shit.
Craig, James Bond, the newest one.
God, this is so hard.
No, it's fine. They're basically the same. Like, realistically.
Kind of.
Give it to him. Come
Except
on, lads.
Daniel Craig is like a way better James Bond than Tom
Okay,
Cruise
so
is
who's
in
the guy?
anything.
Who's the guy in that other movie?
In the
All of
There's
them.
a series. Matt Damon.
Born,
Oh,
the Born,
Born,
Le-
Born
yeah.
Born Legacy, Supremacy.
Is that
Ultimatum,
similar
blah, blah,
to
blah.
Mission Impossible?
Yeah. That was also
Except the
kind-
newest one, they had that Aaron guy in it. What the hell's his name? Aaron
wait,
something?
No, it's
No,
not.
that
Aaron.
was his name in the movie.
Yeah, the guy is called Reinhardt.
Ryan Reinhardt?
No.
That's not his
No.
We can just IMDb if we need.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
We have the time.
it's a guy that they Hawkeye in.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I'm
I
pulling a
don't
Lumi.
remember
I actually
the
can't
name.
remember his name.
Do
I don't know.
have
I haven't
my
seen the
phone?
most
The
recent.
thing is, the movie was so bad
Just go ahead.
that I actually didn't even want to remember it. Like, okay, the whole Bourne Legacy, which is like a 3-movie series, right?
Is it worth
with Matt
watching
Damon.
or no?
It was pretty good, right? Because the
First
first
one's
movie,
good.
it sets up like an emotional attachment with the character. I'm not going to spoil anything because you haven't seen it if you're going to watch it, but it sets you up to actually
Jeremy
care about
Renner.
the character. Thank you. And what happened? But then they do another one, and
So
it's
this
a
is
new
number
guy.
2.
No, this is the 4.
Oh, okay.
Like the first 3 have Matt Damon.
So the first 3 is good, and I
Yeah.
should watch it.
And then the last one is like they put in a new guy, and it's like I don't give a shit what happens.
Yeah,
to
I
this
don't
guy.
care about you. I want
It's
my
like-
Damon.
I don't care what kind of struggles you have. I'm hungry. I don't even know what to make for dinner. I just turned it off.
I see.
It's too late to apologize. What's
Okay.
happening here? Want to go CSGO? Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to finish it on CSGO.
Yeah, we're still
What
paused.
was Jeremy Renner there? So yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Web was helping.
Yeah, excellent.
Some people want to maybe rematch in CS:GO, see what happens there. That would be something interesting, like a tiebreaker.
I'm so bad at FPS games.
Me too.
I'm like,
You know what? The reason I'm so bad at, or actually, the problem I have with FPS games is that I'm physically unable to strafe.
I get strafe. What's
Yeah,
strafe?
strafe is like to move
side to side.
side to side,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
you
actually
mean
like
the-
pressing pressing
ASD?
A and D.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that I'm old, right? So my first
You're
FPS
pretty old.
was Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh god, you couldn't strafe in that game. You only had like turning.
And like you had Doom as well, which were
Yeah.
before the mouse was actually a thing. Like
Uh-huh.
you wouldn't have a mouse in your computer because you had DOS, you didn't have Windows, so everything was with the keyboard.
Okay.
So how did you use FPS back then? You used the arrow keys.
Uh-huh.
You shot with like control, and maybe use like Alt to switch weapons, or maybe space to jump, if the game allowed you to jump, which
Uh-huh.
most early games didn't allow you. So
Okay.
like a ledge that would be like 2 feet tall, you couldn't go through that.
Well,
But the thing is
fairness.
that you play so much that the arrow keys would actually make you turn, and forward and backward would make you go forward and backward.
I see.
And I played so much. Like I was a kid, I had so much like free time. I broke my leg. Well, it was not break, but I had like a surgery on a leg, and I was 6 months without being able to do any kind of exercise. So I played a lot of video games. And then when the mouse came out, and people started stop using the arrow keys and started using WASD, I was like, oh, this is so like unnatural, and I rebound every single time so that A and D would like turn,
Oh, Jesus.
kind of like the old.
You are
Embrace the
totally
new, man.
reinforcing that you can't teach old dog new tricks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, what age were you then? Like 12?
No, like 9.
Yeah.
You adapt really quick at that age.
10. Yeah, but the thing is,
You were
that
just
every
stubborn.
single time, and I was like, this was still like single player. Like I had broadband internet maybe when I was 14. Like 56.6K modem, super slow. You can't really play online.
Man, those are dark ages, man.
I know, right?
Take us back.
Whenever someone would ring your house, you'd like, no, don't answer it.
Yeah.
I just remember that horrendous noise they were. It was so bad.
But at the same time,
I would
so
stay up
good.
really late, and I would have to I would lose connection every once in a while, so I'd have to redial in, and I would wake up my mom. She's like, "What the hell is that noise?" I'm like,
No, it's my mom. It's fine.
"Fine, mom. The house isn't burning down. Go back to bed." It was bad.
I'm like that too. Like for Dota, I use Legacy,
Yeah,
and people have been telling me just go away from Legacy.
yeah.
It's just much easier, but I'm so used to the keys.
It's more than easier. Like sometimes,
It's way easier.
like for
more intuitive.
I think for Invoker, for example, it's
No, the Invoker is actually fine, I think.
Yeah, Invoker's alright.
Like sometimes when you're playing, like for me, I have difficulty finding 6 inventory keys.
what about Rubik? Like when you steal a spell, like isn't it easier to just have this?
Yeah, for Rubik, it's really messed up because X, I believe, is lift.
Yeah.
But if you steal Tornado, which is also X,
you
you're
have,
fucked.
you have to
Like,
click.
I literally have to tap to options
you
and
should
change
be
it
able to.
mid-team fight.
You should be able to change individually what you want legacy keys for, because I can see why Invoker players want it. Because you know how if you're using the new keys like the
Yeah.
PWER whatever, it's based on what you invoke when you
So
invoke it.
DNF can
Yeah,
change.
DNF.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can actually just have say for instance super easy one like EMP Tornado. It's always going to be the same no matter which order you have them invoked.
Right.
But if you're using the new keys, then if you invoke Tornado first and then you invoke EMP after, it's going to be bound for me. It's going to be V. But if I invoke it second, then it's going to be C. So I
Okay.
have to remember what order I invoke the spells in when I use them.
But yeah, you keep using Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep on keeping on, buddy.
Even when I played Dota 1, for the most part, I had the keys that actually changed into QWER. There was some name for it.
Yeah, custom
Dota keys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Custom keys.
Custom
There's
keys.
like a couple different.
Yeah.
Like so, I
That
think
would screw up your Warcraft 3 client so bad. At least it did for me. I had so many problems
That's
with
alright
that.
with
I
it.
used a third-party thing. It was called AutoHotkey.
That's
which
what I
was-
used,
Yeah,
yeah.
which was what custom keys was based on. It was essentially a thing that was outside the game that rebound your keys. So I had one of these mouses, like this cool and amazing rocket mouses. Mine was not rocket, but it's like
That plug.
yeah.
Ridiculous.
So it had this middle button and 2 buttons here. So I would rebound the Warcraft 3 so I could use items with those. It was so good.
The crappy old mouse, because back when I played FPS games, all these ones, they just started coming out, all the fancy ones, and they were all terrible. And now I guess
not like this Rocat.
Which is amazing.
No. Yeah.
It's it has colors.
I actually really like this mouse.
the keyboard is pretty awesome, to be
I
honest.
like the keyboard.
The way
The best cherries.
It's kind of. I'm very intimidated by the fact that
The
it
colours?
lights. No,
Yeah.
it lights the letter
That's
that
so
I write.
cool.
It's really cool, but it intimidates me.
I'm
not
like a
saying
cat.
bad,
Like I just want to keep pressing it. Look.
it's like
That no, it's like a fat finger thing, right? So say for instance you're playing a game and you're like, oh, I totally hit that. And you look at your keyboard.
Oh
you're
no,
like,
I didn't.
oh no,
I didn't
I
do it.
completely missed that.
But you wouldn't tell anyone that though. That's just your little secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely hit Q.
And if you have 5 fingers, you can also use the 3 amazing macro
Easy
keys here.
shifts.
The easy
They're
shift.
called thumbser keys. First off.
I don't know.
Second off,
What are they called?
thumbser keys. Because you hit them with your thumb.
Did you not see the Epi commercial?
I don't remember.
Does he call them
I
thumbs
remember
or
the
keys?
highest quality
Are you
cherry.
guys all goldfish? You just have 10-second memory spans for
Yeah,
everything.
it's like that. It has so many buzzwords. That commercial.
That's true.
That is true.
It has a lot of
There's
buzzwords.
easy shift and thumbser keys and
Does he say thumbs are key?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
That's an actual thing. That's
Thumbser. Is thumbser?
Excuse me.
I don't hit anything
That's
with
it.
my thumb except for spacebar.
Right.
Not a thing.
Oh, you-
What about Alt?
I use V.
Do you hit
I press
Alt
V
with
with
your?
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So, okay, so Alt and spacebar.
It really depends.
For sure.
Yeah.
Windows key I hit with pinky, and so do I left control, right?
Yeah. I can see that.
But I don't hit anything else with my thumb.
Where are your fingers resting when you're playing Dota?
Up here.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I have F keys are my control groups. So F2's courier, F1's obviously recenter on hero, 3 and 4 for creeps, and then 1 through 6 are inventory items, and then QWER. So it's control groups, items, skills, just line by
Man.
line, right?
That's why I'd rather go to QWR or whatever 4 key setup.
Because your hand's all over the keyboard if you're
Yeah,
playing
I
Legacy.
have to go to like N, H, and J for like inventory.
I'll use G and H.
Wow, that's awful.
Yeah, that is awful. That's why I'm in 2K, man. Maybe I need to rebuy my keys. Can't use my items.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I got something about the game, but I couldn't hear it very well. So maybe
Well, Honey's
production
still not back, so that's like a thing, right?
Wait.
Bruno,
Okay.
considering how this is going, we might need to order food. Because I feel like we're going to be... Oh, we're going to take the cold pizza.
There's cold pizza in the fridge.
I don't eat pizza.
You
Go to starve.
Nobody cares if you eat
Yeah,
them. I mean,
sorry.
it's like tomato, right?
Right. Potatoes, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
You can't eat potatoes.
I know.
Not even close.
Not even close. That's like the worst thing you can eat. But yeah, we're going to wait for Hani a couple more minutes, and if he can't come back, unfortunately, we'll have to resume. Because we're way behind schedule.
We have waited a long time, yes.
Yeah, like it's... What time is it now? It's...
We should be
20,
playing the
20,
second match,
yeah.
I think.
So we went... we started the show 2 hours and 20 ago. 2
Wow.
hours and 20 minutes.
And we're not even full through one game.
We're 30 minutes in.
Are we going to make the last game play like that late? Because I don't care. Like,
We hope...
I'm DTC. I'm down to
like
fast.
there's...
But I'm just like,
At this point, there are like really 2 alternatives. One is...
reschedule one game.
One is we play the third game. The third game is supposed to be starting at 9.
Right.
10 minutes.
Which is like in 10 minutes, so we could play that. Or we can push everything backwards and play the second game,
The thing is,
and then have the third game playing. But
Steam is so right now. I don't know if the third game is going to be
Are we
like
in
this.
Steam right now? Check to see if you're logged.
Yeah, I think we're in Steam.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
fine.
you're in Steam.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, we will have to wait and see. That's not up to us. It's up to the admins and everyone else. We don't call the shots here. But in the meantime, and that's like being serious for half a second. Today's 25. Yeah. Today is 25. Initially, when we came into the... we started with the Dream League, we would say that the Invoker set would be ready by the 25th, and that everything else would be before that.
Liar.
Naturally, yeah, we ran into some delays. Part of, like, for the Invoker set in particular, we had the first version. We got a lot of feedback from the community, the things that they didn't like, particularly the face boots were too... they had face boots, like, boots that were kind of like face boots,
They're kind of
Right.
welly.
but they were,
so-
like, very big.
Yeah.
So that was kind of really reworked. Also, someone had someone on Reddit, I wish I could remember the name so I could quote him, but he will know who he is, and then I'll quote him on Twitter. Had this idea of having the bracers and the belt, the 3 colors Quas Wax Sword, because he already has that in several other parts of the cape and the hat and everything.
Right.
So yeah, there was a lot of rework. So the concept art was finished yesterday, so now
Wait.
it's time into the
Hold
modeling.
on a second. Aren't Fnatic playing in another game today?
Yeah.
Fnatic playing on the next game.
Yeah.
Which means that if Honey can't get
Wait,
it, then we...
I see
that's
GG's
it.
being called.
Yeah, I think they realize it's like, 4v5, there's no way we're going to be able to win, so... At least, but I think it was a foregone conclusion anyway.
Yeah, great camera work with us.
What a spectator. What a spectator. So, clearly, a bummer that we had ended that way. Like, nobody wanted to see that, but I think Empire were still...
Pretty ahead.
I mean, if they're forced to play without their Luna,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, just
Well, No Tail's a bit of a beast, the old micro.